Uh, testing, hello. Okay, that's actually reading me now. Might have been reading me before, but now I can see that it's reading me. So that's a step in the right direction. Let's get that going. Oh, stream avatars is kicked up too. Yuki! Hello. I'm really quiet. Is this any better? Game is very quiet. And it's either going to wig me out and do a psych on me, or we're gonna find out. I haven't. So yes, I haven't seen you in so long too, Yuki. I'm still quiet. Okay. Make some adjustments. How about now? Yeah, I've been gone. Sunday night was the first time. Oh, here, one sec. Sunday night was the first night that I streamed in over a year because of life. Oh, and now we're missing. That's lovely. Also, apologize for the big old blank screen right here. All of my assets, borders, that stuff disappeared. Um, we're vibing. You can get back into it. I've actually heard that from a couple people. Like we all seemed to, for various reasons, kind of hiatus, and now we're trying to get back into it. All sharing a brain cell or something, I guess. Anyway, okay, that's streaming. So you got something to look at that's just not just me and some Pokemon. Okay. Is this any better, Moth? I can try to track down the cord from my good mic, but I don't have it plugged in yet at the moment. Bum 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 bum. You sound fine to Yuki. Moth said I was quiet. Am I still quiet, Moth? Because I can go on a quest for a cord. Okay. Yeah, because I have my good mic. I just don't know where the cord is for. Okay, that's not a lie. I know where the cord is for my good mic. It is just buried under about 7 different various half-broken headsets that my kids have gone through for school purposes. My phone is almost full volume and it's quiet. Interesting. Weird. Yeah. My volume level, like on my end, my volume level is about where it normally is. If I'm looking at my sound mixers, um, I did make a couple adjustments, but that is strange. Why are you beeping at me? Okay. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, actually, if my cord's in this drawer, it's really easy to get. Maybe switching my mic would make it easier. I need to switch my mic out anyway. It's just I haven't. I've been babysitting for a friend, so the amount of time I have is greatly reduced. And then naturally fired up my stream today and my border assets, my old backgrounds, all of that, which I was planning on updating, so it's not a big loss. All of that is gone. There is cheese and cheeseburger. There is cheese and cheeseburger. I'm confused as to why we're mentioning this, but there is cheese and cheeseburger. You'd also remind me though. Are they okay? So this guy is now live, but my other new hype animated emote is not. Yeah, he's live. I get instant approval for the non-animated one, so like he's already up, but the animated hype emote is not up yet. Nor have I finished. But yeah, the Acepod. Oh, I forgot that I had those as my free follower ones. Yeah. Yeah, my free follower ones. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. I'm gonna make a couple adjustments because my webcam border is completely gone, so we're just gonna kind of shove me in a corner here. I don't know. Oh, I feel like there's might be important stuff there. Top right? We're gonna try top right. We will see. It's like it was there just for me. Are you Ace? Are you Ace Yuki? If you're not, that's fine. Yes. Yeah! I'm Ace too. That's why we got the hat. Oh, I love it when I meet other Ace people. Ah, I already liked you. Like I thought we're friends, but now we're really friends. It's gone up. Yeah. This is actually a birthday gift from my sibling. Um, yeah, birthday gift from my sibling a couple years ago. It's one of my favorite hats. But yeah, they got it for me because well, purple's always been my favorite color. So it wasn't a hard sell, but the purple, black, and white. So yeah. Anyway, and then I got asked if the scarf means anything. It doesn't. It's just a Christmas gift from my wife, but it's a scarf with rainbow skulls on it, and it brings me joy. So we wear it. And also, my apartment is very cold, and I have a beard, so the scarf's kind of redundant. But I like wearing a scarf when it's cold. As I mean, I'm also wearing a short sleeve shirt though, and shorts, which isn't helping. But we got a blanket because it's a cozy stream. Anyway, so I looked it up on Steam about APICO, um, because I vaguely remember playing this, and apparently I think I have like over 20 hours in it, according to Steam. And I haven't checked, but something tells me I might have streamed a little bit of this because I know I got it purposely for streaming, but it's a beekeeping farming sim. So, yeah, we're going to start a new game with it uh, because it's all distant memory to me. And we're just going to play. We're going to go till about 2 a.m. There's hell and hello. There's end and friend. There's over in lover. There is cheese and cheeseburger. Release the bees. 10 out of 10 quote. I feel like that's something. Oh, I have a save. It has been 11% completed, apparently. But we're going to ignore that one. And what's my name? Well, the other one was Daffod already, but we're going to go full sell on the Tadaffod. Tadaffod, however we want to say this. I think y'all have been here for my name rant. If we do have any viewers who haven't been here for my name rant, um, this comes from it's a portmanteau of two nicknames that I've often gone by. One is Tada, which is what I actually go by. Like if you meet someone that I work with in the day-to-day situation. Oh, thank you for the hydrate moth. We do have hydration. They'll probably know me as Tada. And then David, depending on how you want to say it, or Daffod, which is the Welsh version of David, which I've used before because it's a play on my last name, which is through long language lines ties back to both Wales and the name Daffyd, Daffyd. Um, so it's yeah, and then I stuck them together because I needed something unique for streaming, and here we are. Your name is just your name. I do remember this conversation with you in the past, actually. Yeah, because Yuki is a good name. But no, I just think it's funny because I did it, and I'm like, well, no one's gonna know how to say this. And then everyone just reads it as Daffy, which I absolutely did not expect, but I don't mind. Most people that know me from streaming know me as Daffy or Bruce because of Tifa, who started the Bruce thing, and I rolled with it. But yeah, mm, I just like to use it now because no one else really does, and I've kind of got ownership of it. Hair color purple, or do I go realistic? No, we go hair color purple. Oh, I gotta go with the beard. We got another bearded one. Oh, we do got punk. I do like me a side cut. I think that's what those are called. I could go with the beehive. Longer side cut. Oh, a hood. You've always called me Tada. Yeah, a lot of people call me Tada. It depends on where they break it. Because I capitalize both um the T and the D, I see it get broken up in both places. Um I've also had, like, as a slight other play on words, ta ta in a lot of the British Isles, it just means thank you. So there is a world in which my name just says thanks, David. Which someone pointed out to me after I started using it, but yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I've always gone with oh, I can change what I'm adjusting the color of. Yeah. Um, but I've always just gone by Tada, Tada, and it's because my name's Taylor. This is not a secret. I go by Taylor or Tay a lot too. Like my wife calls me Tay for the most part, and like a lot of people that know me from back in high school call me Taylor or Tay. Um, but there's like a bazillion Taylors just everywhere. And so when I started working, let me see, I'm pale. I'm not quite undead pale, but I'm here. When I first started working, um, I was like one of 15 tailors. And like it literally got a point at one of my old jobs back in Utah where there were two different tailors and we are both bigger guy. I'm a bigger guy, not tall. I am not tall. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5'9" if you measure me, but I think I'm 5'6". I don't know. But I'm big. I'm like 300 pounds. I'm a stocky little guy. In high school, everyone called me usually some variation of like the Tolkien dwarf, like from Lord of the Rings. Because I also had sideburns and everything. I was a stocky built guy, and all my friends are super tall. Um, but there were two of us like that. We were built the same. We both had beards. We always wear. Yeah, I'm Gimli. I'm built like Gimli. We used to always joke that my dad was a dwarf and my mother was a hobbit. It was a long running joke in school. Um, but yeah, there were two short, bearded, uh, chunky, fat. I don't know what you want to say. Guys who always wore hats. We were both named Taylor. We usually dressed a little similar. We both drove blue 2008 Toyota Corollas with peeling paint and similar damage. Like the amount of similarities between us was uncanny. And we were in two different departments that regularly had escalations to. He was in like home damages for like a company that did like a lot of home maintenance and securities. So he was like in home damages, weather damages, like natural disaster type stuff. So if that kind of damage happened, you'd go to him. And then I was in the escalations. Like people wrote to a CEO, people were dangerous, people were non-compliant kind of. So like I dealt with all of the super escalated, let me speak to your manager Karens, or people who were like, for lack of a nicer word, crazy, which I have schizophrenia, like I get that, but like I had to, people that couldn't be reasoned with because they did not have a very good grasp on reality and probably needed help and might have been in bad situations. I dealt with all of that. He dealt with natural weather and home damages, and we would usually get people meant for each other because they'd be like, "Oh, go speak to Taylor." I'm like, "Which one?" "Oh, he has the beard and the hat," and like it just like was constantly confusion. So I very quickly just started going, "I'm Tada," because it was the first two of my first name, first two of my last name. And the way that they had abbreviated the system in work, it was already in file a couple places like that. And Tada is catchy. So, yeah, there's the origin of why I go by Tada. Basically, long story short, it's basically just my name. We'll go purple and the blue. It is catchy. Yeah. And to be clear, other Taylor, fantastic individual in every way possible, could not have been mistaken with a better person. Anyway, we're going with that. Is it my favorite? No. Do I feel like it works for now? Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to get better. I'm very picky with character creators, so it either means that I'll be here for like 1,000 years or not at all. Oh, I have clicked something that it did not like me clicking. I don't think it affected anything on your end, but I lost the game for a bit. It disappeared. Anyway. Like growing up in high school, this isn't going to be very impressive to someone who comes from a big high school. My graduating class in high school was about 400 people. I don't know where that scales relatively. My 400 might have only been like 200. Somewhere between 2 and 400 people for my graduating class. Which felt like a lot to me. But it also encompassed, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. It also encompassed like the surrounding 5 or 6 cities that kind of got pulled to this one high school. And out of them, they're in my class, so not the school, but in my class. Bobby went to sleep. Well, that's good. Both my kids are asleep now. But it's also like 10:30 here, so I don't know if that's impressive. Okay, Miss Favorite must have worn her out. Okay. Yeah. But what was I saying? I got distracted. I'm so easily distracted. Oh, yes. Um, Out of the class of about 2 to 400 people, there were 8 Taylors, which meant that most of us shared classes with one another, and it was never quite clear which Taylor was going to be needed. You're okay, Yuki. Please distract me. If you didn't distract me, I'd get distracted anyway. We're going to read this. Dear Tadafet, it was so lovely to get your letter last week. I think it's wonderful that you're taking an interest in beekeeping again. Both me and Gramps had always hoped you'd want to carry on the keeper family tradition, and there isn't anything more enjoyable than being out here with the bees. Plus, I'll say it. Plus, I say it'll be a well-earned break from that busy city job of yours. I posted your ticket for the next boat that comes in. Skipper will be overjoyed to see you again after all these years. Have a safe journey, and I'll see you soon. There we go. Do the read. Oh, love, Nana. I don't know the Nana. Interesting. We've set sail. It doesn't like that I've set sail, but I've clicked the button, and it froze. Anyway, I get the idea. This is going to be a random tangent here. We're going to be vibing. This stream is just going to all be me rambling. So many games. Ooh, music. Do I have enough time to ramble before reading this? We're going to briefly ramble, and then I'll come back to this. If it starts to change on me, we will, but I got a next button, so I think I have time to ramble. So many times, so many of these games are like, you have a busy big city job, ex-family member in countryside bequeaths land, property, blah, 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 out to you. And, like, that's the dream. But it's someone who came from a small town and then moved more to a city location. I just imagine... Wee! Spider friend. I just imagine... Like, I'm gonna move to a small town. And most small farming towns I've been to... There, people certainly can be interesting, and I love small towns. Hey, Yuki, congrats to making the jump game there, Yuki. But yeah, it's like the one thing that they never bring up is the fact that big city towns and small towns, very different demographics and opinions, and they always like skim over because they always move to these small towns, and it's like Skipper, he, him, very progressive. Like those are so hard to find. Like that's the unrealistic portion to me. Like having a family member pass away and give you property or land, and like suddenly have a place to escape the city from. Yeah, a little bit unrealistic. Said place then having like this idealistic, accepting, multicultural, diverse area where everyone is very approving and affirming. Mm-mm. That's a little immersion breaking. I say this as someone who's slightly embittered because I would love to live in a rural small town, but I don't like the people I usually meet in a rural small town because that's kind of where I came from, and they aren't as understanding usually. Yeah, you get gems. You do get some small towns where that isn't the case, and I do find a lot of time in small towns you get um I think it's just they have less exposure to people. Like in their defense, as much as they don't necessarily want to do that, they grow up in a small town that has usually been controlled by the same few families over generations, so they don't have exposure. So those worldviews tend to just kind of grow and fester because there's no one challenging them and encouraging them to change. And anything that comes in and is different, people tend to be naturally averse to change. So I think that's part of the reason why it's not anything about them being from a rural town. It's just rural towns are slower to progress ideas. They're more isolated. Get weird. I can't tell most people that I'm ace because I get weird interrogations about how can I be in a relationship and have a kid around. I feel you, Yuki. I am ace. I have two children. The amount of times that people like this is a family friendly stream, so we're going to keep everything appropriate here. But there's a disconnect, and people are like, "You're ace. What's that mean?" I'm like, "Well, ace means that I don't have sexual attraction." So, if you're going to view it in simple terms, like straight's opposite, gay is same, ace is neither, bi is both, that kind of thing, you explain it to them, and almost always the follow-up question is, "But aren't you married? And or don't you have two kids?" Yeah, ace bi romantic, same here. I usually use the term pan romantic, but tomato tomato. Um, It's like, you're ace, how can you have kids? How can you be married? And it's like, the thing is, that's not really your business. There's something about when you're LGBT, people suddenly expect you to be like willing to share every detail of your personal life. Oh, you're LGBT. Can I get a video camera in there? And it's like, but one of my favorite responses are people like, but how can you have kids? And it's like, well, you can take your knowledge, and I'm not going to tell you anything more, but if you have more than a couple brain cells, you know I've at least done it twice. And that's all you're going to know. And that's what I like to put it politely. Because, yeah, pen hesitate term. Generally speaking, I can actually, let me put on my youthful LGBT discourse here. Generally speaking, bi means more than two genders and is probably the older of the term. I can't Google that and tell you exactly if it's the older of the term. It's definitely more commonplace of a term, and it means attraction to more genders. But because bi sometimes can mean specifically attraction to both same and opposite, and we're going to make this clear, bi is not an exclusionary term. Bi can apply to everyone. That can mean that you are attracted to anyone regardless of gender, but it can be used more narrowly. Pan started coming around as a term that means you're attracted to all genders, everyone regardless of genders. And so both terms can mean the same thing. Bi just means you're attracted to more than two genders or two or more genders, and pan means you're attracted to all genders. Both of them are very valid terms. It's what you prefer to use. It's which flag you prefer. But if we're going to get to dictionary definitions, bi is two or more genders, pan is regardless of gender. So I use the term panromantic because while like I'm also monogamous, I'm dating my wife, that's not really going to change. I'm not going to be in any relationships outside of my wife, and I'm happy with that. It means that for me, if the unspeakable happened and my wife wasn't in the picture, gender wouldn't be necessarily in the equation for who I would date. It's not something that causes me to have an inclination towards dating one person or another. Yeah. Most people I've talked to who use the term bi are probably okay using the term pan. And that's kind of why I say both terms mean the same thing. Bi can be used to be more specific. You're like, no, I'm attracted to um, women and non-binaries, or no, I'm attracted to women and men, but not non-binary. Bi can be used for that, which is why it still exists as a term. But in general, it also just means all genders. So that can saying that you're biromantic or bisexual is also completely valid, a completely valid use of the term. So, and you get, I bring this up because you get a lot of the younger guard who are just kind of getting new to the discourse, who they see that there's both terms and they like to think of labels as prescriptive, not descriptive, which is the opposite. Labels are not prescriptive. Labels don't mean that it has to be that exact way. Um, Labels describe someone's personal experience. So it's whatever labels you feel are best to describe your experience. So there you go. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, started in hard with a Discord conversation. But yeah, buy pan, whatever floats your boat. Um, and I usually like when I talk to people, I usually just say that I'm ace. I usually don't add the split romantic attraction model, just because I'm already married in a relationship, and like if we can get them to understand ace, we are already like 100 steps ahead of most people. So I'm just I'll take my victory where I can get it, and we can work on the rest later. Hmm. It seems like there's like a bunch of micro labels within the ace umbrella, where it's like, yeah, those are all very valid terms, and I know a lot of friends that have them and use those, but it's just so much easier just to be like, we're gonna have the this level of conversation because you need to understand what ace means before we move on to any of these other ones that that are going to be a whole lot more uh, a whole lot more complicated. Because again, they're descriptive. It's a way for people to go, this is my lived experience. This is how I can describe and define what I'm going through. Anyway, where I'm gonna read and get back into the game. 30 minutes in and we're already in the game. New record for me. Ho ho! We made it to Daffod. And just as ya were getting ya sea legs, ho ho! Here we are, Port APICO. And what a loverly day it is. It was a jolly good to have you aboard again, matey. Takes me back. Do you still remember your way around the place? Ho ho, no problem. Here, have my map. I know this place like the back of my boat. Anyway, you best get to see the old girl. She's just at the end of the pier and down to the left. She's been a buzzin' ever since you let her. If you need anything, just holler. I've got a few trinkets you might find useful. Now off you go. Luck of the hive mother be with ya. And remember, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Ho ho! Bye. Where are we going? Am I doing this? Nope, I'm being forced to walk. Okay. Trying to explain the differences between sexual attraction and romantic attraction to someone that barely understands that there's more than just gay or straight is kind of pointless. Exactly. Oh, to Daffod. It's so wonderful to see you. Let me get a good look at you. Oh, this is my Nana. Have you been eating properly? Who's been feeding you? Have you had breakfast? Shall I put the kettle on? How was the boat over? Did you feel sick or sorry? There's me getting carried away. It's just so good to see you again. I was so excited when I got your letter. When you said you wanted to get into beekeeping, I was so pleased. It's been a while since we've had a keeper in the family. Your father never cared much for it. Oop, I got a book. Can you give me the book? Let me put this at the very least frustrating. It's knowing where you can put your spoons, your effort. Anyway, you can view the guide at any time with G. If you ever get stuck and have a look through, I'm sure some Grandpa's wisdom will guide your way. Well, anyway, look at me. I take the ear off a bee. I talk the ear off a bee. I better let you go settled. You probably want to go explore the island. If you need anything, I'll be back at the house. Be safe. Haha. Pun. I can walk around now. We're free. I was going to keep bees, but Hebby won't let me just because I'm allergic. I am an enabler. I am the last person that you want to like. Ooh, we got some fun things going with the X's. Oh, it's gone. Anyway, um, yeah, I am glad that I moved it because that's where the descriptor is. Things. I mean, here's the problem. I'm an enabler because I know in that situation, I would probably do the not smartest thing and keep bees anyway. And so when other people are like, "Oh, I shouldn't keep bees. I'm allergic," part of me just wants to go, "Do it," but that would probably be bad. I don't feel like reading all of this. I'm gonna skim through it and claim my B. If y'all want me to read through, I'll read through dialogue, but I'm not gonna read through like the massive long text. Oh, here's the map of everything. Um. Oh, and there's an axe. That's useful. Um. I'll check them for rules and stuff if I need it. I don't want to read through all of the text because I have a little bit of a logia and it is exhausting. Anyway, he's telling you probably fine, but he cares about me and that, and so that's being it spoils for it. It's one of those things where you always need to kind of consider. I got a feather. Interesting. There's this game is really hard to walk around in. I get caught on everything. There's a difference between the risk you're likely going to experience and the reward of it, whether that's like dopamine or honey in this case. And it's like you always got to take a measure. And I'm very bad at weighing the risk sometimes. So I just default to my wife when it comes to these things usually. Nana Badia. Oh, it's so lovely to see you again. Oh, hello dear. How are you getting on? Hello, Nana. Just so good to see you. Don't forget to take your grandpa's guide with me. Is that all you wanted to say? I have to expect you to have a quest, like go kill 100 rats in a sewer or something. What do you got? Well met. What can I do for you? Where do I go from here? Ho ho! You look like your compass is spinning. Did your nana give you old Tom's journal? You can check it out any time with G. Oh, I can shop. What do you sell? Barrels. Okay, good to know. I mean, I am a sucker for a pixel game. And this just might be me. This is my genuine opinion of this game, because this is a delightfully cute game. I love the pixel art. Not the biggest fan of how it moves. It's just a little jittery. And I'm wondering if that's on me. Can I open up a menu? Hmm. Let's try turning on V-Sync, which I'm assuming is V-Sync. It's still a little jittery. I'm turning that on because the tree thing annoys the heck out of me. Um, yeah, okay. Tree thing is fine. We're gonna keep the tree thing on because that makes it immensely more playable. Still a bit jittery, but I think that might just be how the game is. Yeah, I don't think VSync did anything much. We'll leave it off for now then. Anyway, did I ever ask how you were doing, Hebby? Did I ever ask how you were doing, Moth? Absolutely. Barnaby. Absolutely. Swell to meet a fellow scholar. What's buzzing, cousin? Oh, wait, was that? It's a he, they. Okay, I like Barnaby. Barnaby's cool. Dr. BHC. The B puns are a bit much. Oh, it's you again. What do you want now? Hello, Professor. So you've decided to come back, huh? Thought you were too good to be a humble beekeeper? Bah, kids these days. Okay. You're mean. I don't like you. So, goal of the game is to kill the professor. Oh, he's in a wheelchair, though. And I do like having disabled representation. But it's always a cranky old man. Why do they always put the cranky old man in the wheelchair? Beatrix. Should have seen that one coming. All right, Daphne, how are you today? It's good to see you again, Beatrix. Shive. Well, look at you, Daphne. It's been quite a few years, hasn't it? You're all grown up. You the carpenter? Yep, I had a feeling. You get stuck on walls weird in here. Okay. So, I have a bee, I have a feather, I have an axe. I have a quest book. No, I have an overview. Okay. So these are my quests. No requirements. Okay. So first things first, gathering resources. Requirement, get 10 logs, which I'm assuming I have to cut down a tree for. The question is, it's a notice board. Oh, that is cute. I need 10 bees to use 10 more. So I probably don't want to set up too far from town. Water does not slow me down. What about the deeper water? Deeper water does. Oh, there's this over here. There's a beehive. What's this? It's the Hive Mother Gate and the Hive Mother Altar. So here's the bee cult stuff. I'm curious, is the game jittery for any of you, or is it just on my side kind of thing? A bit. So it's not just me. Hmm. Yeah, a bit. If we think it's too bad, I can always switch to a different game. If it's fine, I'm going to keep doing this one. Because I'm in the point where it's noticeable, but it's not enough right now. But it is noticeable, and I know some people that can make a little sick. So. It's like a little. It's like a little rain barrel. Haha! Look at me collecting all of the logs without having to do any work. It's fine? Okay. Probably should just get the logs and see what the game wants me to do first. But I was kind of looking for a place to, like, set up shop. We don't want to be too far from town, as it were. They really set this up too. Is because I think I'm like, is there a spot like where I could like build a path? They're like, nope, the road goes straight to that house, straight to that house, straight to that house. And then here is the ocean. Oh, I could build a house like right here as part of the town and then expand out later. That's what we're gonna do actually. And I can terrorize my neighbors. Okay. I don't have. I need a crate. Can I pick up one of those crates? There's a lot of crates here. I'm gonna toss those acorns because I'm sure we're gonna get plenty of those. I'm gonna go see if I can grab that crate. I believe it was over here. There's a lot of trees in this. Yeah, it was over here. Is there like a way to pick up the barrel? Hmm. I'm foiled by. Oh, I have more inventory space. Okay. Figuring out how to pick that up is not that bad. Well, so the way I use my axe is clicking, but clicking on that just causes you to like open it. So I was trying to figure out if like there was a different button to hit. Anyway, I'm gonna grab this stuff. Okay, we're unlocking all the recipes. The age-old gift of no one has locks on anything, so thus everything is free. I have a feeling, and this might be something from like when I like osmosis from apparently me playing this where I don't remember. I have a feeling it probably has something to do with like I'm gonna assume needing a hammer because that's also something you see in these kind of like survival cozy games where you need like a hammer to break buildings and construction blocks. Anyway, well, hello. Are you coming to say hi? Word of advice: if you put cat bed on your desk, you're gonna get lots of kitty love, and then when you're sitting here working and you use your hands to try to gesture like I do, and you're like, maybe I need to turn this a little bit. I think I posted about this in my Discord. The cat is like, oh, that's my hand now. You must want me to pet you because you've put it in the air. And sure, maybe you're talking about rotating an image or changing some font size or sending an email, but no, now it's my hand. And then if you don't sacrifice the hand for a little bit, like just to be clear, we're still sacrificing the hand. Um, but then if you don't, you get bitten because cats are a-holes and they know it. Huh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stop petting you now. Am I okay to stop petting you? Okay. Get a good smell. Get out of your system. Mhm. I think we're okay. I think I've appeased the kitty overlord. Can I turn this enough? I can't turn it off. For stationary purposes. But you can see Sting back there, I guess. Mm. Sting, the appropriately named sword from Lord of the Rings. You miss your kitty? I'm sorry. Did something happen to your kitty? I didn't know if something happened to your kitty. I know pets. Or are they just like you miss them in like the, oh, it's rough. I've lost a couple pets to cat or dog cancer, so I know how that is. I'm sorry to hear that. Best we can do in that situation is hope that, or at least say, hopefully they're not suffering anymore. Hmm. I'm hoping that I still got a good few years with this one. She's, I think, 8 years old. Yeah, you about 8 years old? Thoroughly midlife. Mm. That was. We're gonna have a heavy topic moment here, real quick. Just very brief. Trigger warning. I see about 10 or so. Trigger warning. Talk of cancer and loss of loved ones. Um, the hardest conversation that I ever had. You're good. No, it's not. This is just not you. Is if you didn't know, my mom passed away about I think 2 years ago. It's hard because it's like it gets into that COVID fog. Um, I don't think it's quite. I believe it's 2 years come this August. Um, she passed away from cancer, and while she was fighting cancer, our family dog of like 10 or so years got cancer and died. Had to be put down. And so my mom, dad has terminal cancer. Yeah, it sucks. But my mom was just devastated because um she had cancer and her dog died from cancer. And then the cat got sick. Um Although the cat did outlive my mom by a good little bit. Um so yeah, no. Cancer, I don't want to say like cancer's going around, but I swear, because like right now, my mother-in-law also has cancer. Um, so my wife is naturally been having a little bit of a rough go with that, but she's doing really good. Though my mother-in-law, it's going very well, um, from what I understand and all that. So yeah, but yep, I can like you are probably like hearing about Heavy's dad. That is probably the like fourth person this week that has informed me that a parent or grandparent has cancer. And it's just been a lot lately. Things aren't going well for Heavy's dad, but the chemo is working. That's good as long as the chemo's working. I mean, that's always good. You gotta hope our best. Cancer's a tough beast. Um, like I don't talk about it a lot on stream, but I had stomach cancer 10 years ago, right out of high school. But mine was like the mellowest form of it, like at stage one or so. And so, like, for me, I didn't have to undergo chemo. I didn't have to undergo extensive surgery. They had a medicine that I was able to try that was not a chemotherapy that my body reacted to very, very well, and it did cause the tumor to shrink and go away. It did leave me with a stomach ulcer and a couple other stomach problems, but the cancer's been gone now, and it was caught super early. Um, and I hope that treatment options like that become available for more people down the road because I've then watched what my loved ones have to go through with chemo, and I Would not wish that upon most people. Yeah, and I mean, like, even that's been doing good to good. There was, for a while, I couldn't take any ibuprofen or other certain painkillers because of the ulcer risk, but and other problems that we had related to my stomach health post it. But even then, my doctor's recently been like, no, you can have ibuprofen again, kind of back those off of. Basically, we realized that a whole bunch of things that we were attributing to the fact that I had had stomach cancer were actually just physical manifestations from anxiety due to my schizophrenia, which mostly my schizophrenia is unique in the fact that it's basically just a glorified anxiety disorder for me. I definitely got some of the more interesting symptoms, but I've talked about that a fair bit on the channel. My schizophrenia is very manageable relative to the spectrum of what that can be as a mental illness. Oh, yeah. Look at us having all the heavy conversations. And we're not even an hour into the stream yet. Just a heads up, Yuki, because I've had to change around how I'm doing ads on my channel, kind of out of advice of a couple other people. Um, I do have to disable pre-rolls. We do the 3-minute ad break every hour method. I'm letting you know this because it's going to be coming up at some point. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know when, but yeah. And it's a little bit weird. We were talking about this last stream, but it's not like consistently 3 hours. It's just like you get 3 hours or not 3 hours. You get 3 minutes. You get a minute. You get a minute and a half. You get 30 seconds. So we never quite know what it's going to give us. Okay. How do we drop things? Oh, easy as that. Now there's no way to pick it up again. Oh, I can move this. That's nice. Your new therapist recently told me that I was misdiagnosed with manic depression as a kid. That the reason none of my meds worked is because not because I was bipolar, I just had a major anxiety disorder. At least the therapist figured it out now. Sometimes that's what we gotta take. Not It's not me trying to poke jokes at it, but just sometimes it's like, and that would have been good to know. I don't know how to break it. Okay, this box gets to live here now. Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't want it to make. I didn't want to make it seem like it was like me poking fun at it. That was just me going like, "Hey, genuinely glad we figured it out now," because sometimes it's just like, can no one like sick, like yeah, can no one help me with this? Okay, bees. My OCD organization's kicked in. Shouldn't use it in that context. Okay, but not close enough. Anyway, let's find a proper diagnosis, even if it's just a partial one. Exactly. My older daughter finally got an autism diagnosis, and it has been so nice to have that resources for her and just to be like, hey, no, school system, this is what's going on. She needs these accommodations and these tools. Can we get those for her? And then to like be able to put words to it to where they're like, yeah, we can do that. It's been so much nicer. So it's always good to know, even if it's later than we want. We're just gonna stick this here. Boop. It's like the size of it. I'm like expecting it to be bigger from other games that I've played. You know, it's just the size of it. Okay. How do I use it? I click to use it. Okay. What does the book want me to do? Crafting. Time to get crafting. Grab that workbench we just gave you, plonk it down somewhere. Done. Once placed, you can click on the workbench with click to view the workbench crafting menu. Does it? It hasn't told me how to go through and pick things up, hasn't it? It has not. Okay. Go open see recipe for a saw bench. Get yourself enough logs to craft one. So we're building a saw bench. There was a fun fact there. Where it takes into account all items in any open menu, so you don't need to be Oh, that is nice. I'm gonna have to top this off. To give you an autism ADHD test, and so that showed that I can't be diagnosed with either until they can rule out sleep apnea, which she thinks I have. But if I don't have sleep apnea, then I definitely have one of the others. And wondering if it's possible to have both sleep apnea and autism or ADHD. I can actually say for certainty that it is possible. Um, but because sleep apnea is just a breathing issue that happens when you're asleep, you can have it. But the fun thing about sleep apnea, and I actually had this talk with my conversation with my doctor back in Utah, is because sleep deprivation and issues that come up with sleep apnea can be so like unexpectedly widespread. It is commonly causes problem. Yeah, because it regularly causes you not to get enough sleep that your brain just starts to fry. So when they're trying to diagnose me with schizophrenia, even though I have conclusive family history of it, and I'm, X, Y, and Z symptoms, there were certain aspects about it that didn't quite line up, and they needed to, like, we need to rule out sleep apnea. We got to take a look to see um, if that's what's going on. And it was like, so like weird to me, like, oh, okay, that's what we need to do. Just FYI, I have the ad break starting in like 3 minutes warning going now. It's actually about 2.5 at the moment. I'm going to pick all the flowers. Sir, it's a sure beekeeping legend. Without them, we would not know we would not be where we are today. Senger, is Senger a real person? That name sounds familiar. Clean weight gain though. I didn't know about the weight gain. Okay, they want me to create a saw. I need to focus. Saw bench, workbench, crate, great. Well, there's that ad break. Are you getting it now? 7 ads, lol. Are you in the ad break right now, Yuki? Or not? Because it tells me. Oh, no, it says ad break ends. What? Did I miss it? It's supposed to give me more of a notice than that. Oh. I don't have any mods, do I? What if a mod workbench? We're going to kind of wait for Yuki to get back. Just because I don't want to do anything too much while we're waiting for ads. You still lurking around, Moth? Yep. Yee! How are you doing? We're waiting for Yuki to get back before I do anything major in this cozy little survival game. You sleepy AF. Feel you that. I feel that so much. So, the night that I streamed, last Sunday night, I didn't get to bed till 4 a.m. because of the dishes. And then I got to bed, and then I had to wake up at 5 or 6. And um, originally the plan was to cook my wife breakfast because she had a potentially rough day. She was going into like a lot of things. And we got up and we realized it had snowed. So instead of heading out to cook, or saying instead of cooking your breakfast, I'm like, I'm gonna go unbury the car and get the car preheated for you. um, just so that she had time to get to work. So I did that instead. And then after her car's all unburied and she's off to work, I then ended up like busy all day. Got home, was like, "Oh, you're back! Yeah, it's been I'm just talking about how that I didn't get enough sleep the past few nights while we waited for the ad break to end. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I got like 2 hours of sleep, and then the next night, I ended up getting like immersed in a project. Oh, what was I saying about my sleep apnea? I don't actually have sleep apnea. They had to rule it out because of the potential that it was causing. Because what I have, mostly with my schizophrenia, I don't get a lot of active hallucinations, active episodes of psychosis throughout the day. Fortunately, most of what I get is auditory. I get lots of knocking, I get crying, laughing, names being said, phones ringing, beeping, bopping, stuff like that. Um, things like that, songs. It's just like kind of go like elevator music, murmuring sound. It's very seldom clear, and it's very seldom visual. So I don't have to deal a lot with like the like intrusive thoughts or things that might be more problematic, which is why with currently with my therapist, I'm actually not on any kind of medicine or antipsychotic for my schizophrenia because the active part of it is so arguably mundane. I would compare it very similar to someone who has tinnitus in terms of how intrusive it can be. Um, Tife Raid! Hello, Raiders! Can we get a shout out to Tife? Noctis doesn't want to say my name? What? We were just talking about schizophrenia, y'all. So you joined in a good team. A good time. Oh, random topics. For context, for those of you who don't know me, I have schizophrenia, which is why we were talking about it. It is topical. Oh, I got a follow. Mint TV. Mint TV? Is that how you say it? Oh, did someone get maybe? Tife Yui. Can we get the shout out? See if I can get it. Yeah, okay. It's just SO Moth. Okay. Lots of messages. Oop, one sec. Noctis doesn't want to say my name. I feel like I'm missing something. Hello, Catherine, Minty V. We had Yuki here. Tife, good. Yeah, it has been so long. Noctis is ranting about how Kojima ruined State of Play. I know nothing about Kojima. Now everyone hates me. Although spoiler sport, it doesn't want to say Bruce. Oh, it's okay. I go along with the Bruce thing. I'm also known as Bruce. I think my name in Luna is probably Bruce. Anyway, hello Raiders. Oh, it's been so long since I've done this. This is the first raid I've had since I've been back after an unintentional like year-long hiatus. So hello Raiders. If you're new here, like Minty V, I am Tada, Tadafid, Bruce, Daffy, man of many names. I'm a bit of a variety streamer who's just getting back into streaming. This is my second stream back again after an unintentional year-long hiatus. And we're playing some APICO today. And just for context, going forward, I'm probably going to be streaming Sunday night and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights at about 10 p.m. Eastern Time, depending. This is APICO. Oh, thank you for the sub, Catherine. I really appreciate that. That's what I always tell people is I, I hate asking, like, just, I can't express how much subs mean to me. Thank you so much. And, I got another? Tife! Oh, yeah, also, while I'm here, yeah, its name is Apico, is the name of the game. It's a little beekeeping game. I'm kind of counting it as a cozy corner game. But just also while I'm thinking about it, for those of you who aren't aware, I think most everyone here knows who Tife is. But if you aren't, oh, there's lots of dings. Yuki, thanks for the script. So many subscriptions. I'm gonna cry. Oh, oh, it's a warm welcome back to streaming. Did it trigger a hype train? It triggered a hype train. Oh, guys. Oh, Tife. Oh, I got it. It's been so long. Okay. Tife gifted subs. Okay. Thank you. Thank all of you so much. I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment. Oh, I've like off my streaming game. Oh, there was a hydrate, I think, in the middle of all of that. Oh, oh, mint. Oh, someone gifted a sub. I didn't realize. So gifted subs, my alert pops up and says, "Okay, we're gonna go to alerts here." So, thank you for the follow, Mint TV. I think I've already said that. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Catherine Tife. Thank you so much for the sub, Tife yourself. Thank you for gifting a sub to Yuki Tife. Thank you, Noctis, for gifting a sub to Mint TV. It is so appreciated. All of that is so appreciated. Oh, yeah, I do have pixel art. I do all my own pixel art. I'm not the best at it. Um, but yeah, I do all my own pixel art. So that's all of my emojis. Oh, most of them. There's a couple of them on there, specifically the Havelock emote, which is the dog, and a couple of my other ones are my wife made. Um, the green dragon, they're tier 2 and tier 3 subs, but the green dragon and the gray dragon were ones that my wife also made. But most of these pixel art is mine. The pixel art, my cover, I'll flip over to it real quick. This pixel art was me. It's not my best work. It was mostly just I needed to get something done. Anyway, I think sorry, I'm so easily distracted. I plugged a tag in there. You can hit exclamation mark Luna if we need to get it up again. But that's a link to Tife's Discord, where Tife, Noctis, Catherine, and all of these wonderful people can be found. If you weren't already familiar with it, I owe a lot to y'all as streamers, Tife and Noctis especially, for helping me get started when I first got into streaming and helping me get affiliate in the first place. So if you don't know them already, they're absolutely wonderful people. And it's like giving a sub to Laurel Vixen. Tife! See, this is the problem, Tifa, because you do all of this, and then now I don't know when I'm going to be in a situation to repay the favor. But now I'm going to have to get in a situation to repay the favor because you're just so awesome like that. Just Vixen. All of the subs. My goodness. I haven't even I've been playing this game for an hour and I haven't even built the sod table yet because I just ended up talking. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't I don't have words. It's who five communicate. What? What? Oh gosh, guys. Oh. 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 I can't. I need to give a gift to Birdie. Hey, Birdie. Guys, I can't just. Oh my goodness. I need to catch my breath for a second. Talk about a welcome back. It's gonna be. Is it gonna ding individually for every single one? It might ding individually for every single one. But I cannot express how much this means. Um, because like right now, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Right now, because of like my situation, streaming and content creation and editing and captioning, like this is gonna be my full-time job. So like anything like this help. I can't express how much this helps. Because right now, I know you're a teacher, Tife. My wife's a teacher, and like it's just that income. So like this adds up so much that I can't even put it into words. We even got a cat coming to celebrate. Oh, she wasn't. She just got kidnapped off the desk and doesn't appreciate it. But there is a cat. Hmm. I am going to be streaming full time. I'm going to be streaming full time for at least the next couple months. Kind of. I'm streaming. I'm going to try to stream full time, but I'm also going to start trying to make YouTube content and potentially music content. I don't know if you knew this, but I play euphonium. I was a big band kid. I used to write and compose music back in the past in my free time, and I'm trying to get back into that. And I'm going to try to make YouTube content that's completely unrelated to that, but it's going to be like video essays and reviews on books. Like currently, I've not read this. I've read part of it. I'm currently working on a video essay review for the book Witch Blood, which just it looked interesting. It's a graphic novel. Picked it up from my local library, and I'm going to be trying to work on that stuff for my YouTube channel. And I'm just trying to diversify. But yeah, so full-time content creation. I'm going to be streaming 4 times a week now. Because I'm also a full-time student still. I'm studying history. That's my degree, and I'm a parent. I'm the stay-at-home parent for our kids right now. So I'm doing many things, but as full-time as I can be. This is going to be my only contribution of income for the next little bit. So every penny, like, I can't express how much it means and how much it helps. Oh. So yeah, out seeing lots of me. I should be more active in your Discord as well as getting my own up and running again. Um, Now that I'm kind of taking a step back to focus all on this. And just so many gifted subs. I didn't miss anyone other than Noctis and Tife out here just absolutely flexing the hands of generosity and showing how amazing they are, right? I sent see the reorganization looks really good. Thank you. Noctis is being mean. Yeah, no, I've spent a good bit of time on my Discord trying to get things reorganized. Birdie! Birdie! I don't need you getting involved in this already. Oh. I don't even. I think I haven't streamed in so long. I don't know who most of these gifted subs are going to, but I hope they enjoy them. Hopefully, they get a chance to come in here and enjoy it. Level 5, a level 5 hype train, guys. Oh, battle! I can do a battle royale. Bruce, why is there Bruce? Oh, yeah, I can try it. Cat K, hello, Cat K. And gives open bro. I feel that Yuki. Okay, I don't remember what the command is for Battle Royale. Is it that? Is that it? Yeah, it was. First try. Don't Daffy might cry. Yeah, I am barely holding on, guys. Oh, if I had yeah, if I hadn't spent my entire day babysitting an additional 4-year-old on top of my own, so I wasn't tired, we probably would be bawling our face off right now. But I'm still going with the um 2 4-year-olds is a lot. If y'all don't have kids, kids are wonderful, but they are a lot of work. Especially, and we discovered this today talking to my wife. Two kids of different like age categories is hard. Two kids in the same is exponential because they have the same problems and struggles. I didn't I'm sorry, Moth. Am I hang on. Why? Oh, I feel bad if I win. I think it's rigged. I don't know how I rigged it. But now I feel mean. That's not a way to pay generosity. 1 second. I know how to fix this. Sorry, okay. Let's get me. No. There we go. That should get rid of me for a little bit. Anyway, the B emotes are. There's B emotes? What B emotes? B emotes are fitting considering the game that I'm supposed to be playing. Bits! I don't even have bit emotes yet. I actually was having this conversation with Moth, because Moth's. I don't have any of my bit emotes yet. The hype train gives out emotes. Oh, okay. I've never had. I've had a level 1 hype train before, but I haven't. But I've never gotten this much. What's the bits? Bits too? I just. Mm. I can't express thanks enough, you guys. Mm. Thank you for the posture check redeem there, Mint TV. Sit up straight. Oh, oh, those are fun B emotes. Is it named Pride Pog? One of the emotes is named Pride Pog. Goading you. Oh, you want the laughing bees. I don't know if I can take any more, guys. Mm, I need a drink. It's hard to concentrate on games. It is. It is very hard. Imagine if this was like Dark Souls. So if y'all don't know, like Dark Souls is my normal jam. What I've started doing, getting back to streaming, because I'm gonna be trying to stream consistently at least 4 days a week. So Sunday nights and Thursday nights. What do we got? We got more coming in. Anonymous gifters. We have anonymous gifters coming in too. Oh my goodness. Anyway, whew. So Sunday and Thursday, I will be um streaming serial games or games that there's going to be multiple streams of. So that's when we're going to get me back to my Dark Souls that I love to stream. That's when we're going to get Elden Ring, when we're going to get all of those things. I, no Pride emote. I'm talking Pride emotes. I have my own little follower Pride emotes, but that's LGBT Pride. I don't know if that's what we're talking about. Anyway, but Wednesday is cozy stream. So tonight's our cozy streams where I'm going to be playing a cozy game. Some of those are going to be a little bit more long-winded. I'll figure out how I'm breaking out how those go per stream, but I'm going to be playing a cozy game like APICO, Stardew Valley when they drop the new release update, games like that. Your dinkum, quote unquote cozy games like that. And then Fridays are going to be my variety day, but also the day that my wife might join me, or like I'm gonna do a more of a co-op stream from time to time, or I forgot my thing, or like I have my oldest daughter Pip. She really wants to be on streams with me. And if I do a very controlled stream with her, it's gonna be on Fridays, so she gets to do me. And my oldest is about 8 years old. So those kind of streams are just going to be basically me playing Slime Rancher while Pure Chaos gets to partake in whatever Pure Chaos wants to do. If you've ever known 8-year-olds. Anyway, I'm a little bit about having someone that young on streams with me, but it's something that is really really important to her, and so we're figuring out how that might happen. But that would potentially be on a Friday, because if she wants, because kids are going to do what kids want to do, and I would like to be there with her so that we can learn internet safety and stuff together. Yeah, turn on Super exactly, and I'll figure out how I'm gonna do those ones. Kind of going ahead, and I also see, and I just got a point. I guess gotta ask out of curiosity. Mint TV dropping that Acepod, the Ace Pride Isopod, with the yay. If you don't mind me asking, does that mean that you're Ace Minty? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to share if you don't want to. I ask because I'm Ace, and I always love getting to meet other Ace people online. We had a whole conversation, like right at the top of the stream when I first started going today, um, about this. Yeah, yeah. Hence the hat, the purple, black, white, gray hat. Yeah. Oh, guys, I I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna build a saw bench while I have 5 seconds of not being distracted. Now things seem to be calming down, and then we're gonna put it right here. Yeah, that's nice. Eventually, we'll build a house and something kind of nice, but for right now, we are just figuring this out. I have not played a lot of this game. Apparently, I might have in the past. I don't have any recollection of this game. Um, just knowledge that I've put like 20 hours into it, which is not a lot for this game from what I understand. But apparently it was like an 11% unlock, but I don't remember any of it. So we're kind of just playing as we go along. Ooh, sorry. You guys giving me a little bit of heartburn. I got so worked up there. I might need to go grab some Tums in a little bit. Oh, I don't think I asked. I think I got so overwhelmed. How are all you doing? How was the stream, Tife? I know we gave you a shout out. Let's give both Tife and Noctis another quick little shout out so that I can see what they were doing. Did I misspell that? I think I misspelled that. Yes, I did. Wait, didn't I? I don't think I misspelled that. Oh, did I not at? I didn't at. That's the problem. There we go. Oh, was it y'all's podcast? Is that what I missed? Oh, that's such a good little podcast. I'm hoping to catch and lurk in it from time to time more than I have been. Knock this as well. Anyway, why is that? I just realized how many tabs I have open. That's probably part of the reason why this isn't playing so nice. And we can fix that. Anyway, oop, didn't close something important, did I? I don't think I closed anything important. I think we're good. Oh yeah, so yeah, those are both Tifa and Noctis. Both of those are amazing. Also, Birdie, I think you got messed up in there. I also really, um, really appreciate you gifting subs as well. Um, Birdie is not a streamer to my knowledge, but they are a fantastic human being who we absolutely adore here, and it was great to see. Expressing his subpar opinion on what constitutes the best card of the set. Obviously, the one with Umbreon on it. Yeah, Brady does not stream. Umbreon is classic. One of my. This is when we're talking about little Daffy, little baby Daffy, who really liked Pokemon, but wasn't allowed to get Pokemon cards. Not because my dad thought that they were of the devil, but because my dad thought they were too nerdy. I love my dad dearly. He took a lot to figure out that his son was no football player. His son wanted to be in the marching band and really liked Pokemon. But he got there in the end. My dad's a wonderful guy. But when I was a little bean, he was like, let's not waste your money on Pokemon cards. But I tell you what, little Daffy still, the other kids took pity on me, and I got myself an Umbreon card, and I got myself a coughing and wheezing card, and I cried for 8 hours the day that I left them in my jeans and they got washed. But it's okay because then I did get the Pokemon movie I don't know if it's the original one, but it's the one where Ash got turns to stone and Pikachu cries and brings him back. And I just slam binge watched that over and over again as a child, so we're good. And now I had children of my own, and we have watched almost all of the Pokemon series because both of my kids love Pokemon. So it has come full round in the ways that it needs to. Anyway, I bum bum bum. I've been trying to think. Luna Lounge is the name of yours and T-Phase stream, right? And I think me and Lady RP were guests on it very early in its inception, back when I was streaming, like over a year ago. If you don't know, their podcast is also really good, worth listening to. Anyway, thank you for the shout out. No need anymore. I stream only when it's a blue moon. I feel that. That was again last Sunday was my first stream in over a year. You're always welcome back. Yeah, and I can tell you, if you ever are doing a stream, I will absolutely try to catch it. Blue moons do happen to be my favorite time to watch streams. Yeah. So since I was looking at the dates, I had been pretty well close to over a year. Maybe I'm very bad with dates, which is ironic considering I'm going into history, and that's kind of the entire point of history is being good with dates. But that's why I'm going into restoration and museum stuff. 2020 needs to have never happened. I feel that, Birdie. My goal is to get more into, like, I tell people, it's like I'm going more into like running I want to go more into running museums, maintenance and restoration, and um, in my whole restructuring my life for the foreseeable future, I'm actually hoping to do some small restoration videos. What I can do with my little camera and my small desk space, so things like pock watches, typewriters, locks, little things that I can have on a desk and do restoration. Those are probably going to be a bit out though, because I don't have money and I need money to buy broken things and their parts to fix. But thankfully in Massachusetts out here, we have a fairly thriving antique community. So, not the hardest to find once I have some of those resources. Anyway, so we got another axe. So I'm going to burn out this one just so I don't have to deal with having to, because that's going to annoy me. I know, I feel the last few years have been an absolute blur. So I feel that needs to have not happened a bit much. Anyway. How are you doing, Birdie, too, by the way? It's always good to see you again. Oh, I have a lot of new people here. Um, Before I forget, because I did plug T-Phase, but if you do want to follow me, like to know when I'm going to be streaming and more stuff like that, that is a link to my Discord channel. I just mostly, like 98%, kind of got it revamped after my hiatus. Um, so yeah, there it is. I still got a few little couple polishing things I'm going to be doing, particularly with information and announcements channels. Probably going to be changing their names around and how they function a little bit. But everything else, the roles, the channel categories, all of that is now up and working as I want it to be, and the bots are relatively playing nice. Um, so yeah, the old channels are still there for the time being. They're kind of just bracketed away, but I will be deleting them at the end of the month. Anyway, I am curious. I'm going to check real quick, just because it got mentioned. Not quite. So it's not quite a year. It was May of 2023 when I last streamed. This is why I'm bad at math. So it was not over a year, in fact. It was, it might have only been half a year. It feels like over a year, though. And to be fair, it was like two streams. It was like two streams 6 months ago. Wait, 7, might be 8. 7 to 8ish months ago, I had like two streams, and then it was even longer before then. Because there's been a long-standing thing of me like, I'm gonna get back into streaming. I'm gonna get back into streaming. But now we are back into streaming because I have time and I need to do something during that time, and this is as good as anything. Anyway, oh, I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff done. Maybe we will actually get into the beekeeping part of this game before the end of the stream. You selling any of that extra time? I wish. I say extra time like I have a bunch of extra time. I still am doing full-time school and kids and everything. We're just taking advantage of insomnia. Anyway, APICO photo mode, APICO picture things. Nice, thank you. Oh, we got lots of. Oh, are these just tips? I'll just take all the free tip stuff then. I don't feel like reading all of this. It's a full moon. During a full moon, you find yourself far more lucky than usual. A great time to buy a lottery ticket. Okay, I'm sure that'll be important later. If I find a way to sell off extra time, I will. In the meantime, I don't. It's not really that much extra time. Oh. Okay. So I got a sticky pearl, which is just, I think, straight up supposed to be sold. And that's supposed to be sold. Okay, are these supposed to be sold? No, it's fishing lures. And that's a tool. Which feels like I'm just insulting it. And that's a bench. And I don't want a bench up there. Bench can go there. Oh! That's nifty. This is something that I wish other games would do. And this is gonna, because I've never seen this before, and maybe other games have done it, but the menus being stationary, like this right here. I open the chest, and I can move around. And I can move the menu, and it's got the little connection to it, so I know where it is. And then if I open the crafting table, it can access everything in the chest. And like, for a really simple little survival type cozy game, that is so much more convenient than anything else that I've seen. Just so much more convenient. Genuine shout out to the APICO devs for that little bit of innovation. Um, oh, oh, hi, Daffod. How are you today? I made a saw bench like yours. Aw, look at you go. That is the most condescending line, Beatrix. I don't know if we're friends anymore. You're gonna come at me with aw, look at you go? I am a grown person, Beatrix. I'm a grown person. I don't need this kind of praise. This is straight to heck. Hecker straight to heck. I mean, this is a family friendly stream. I don't know if we're that family friendly, but hecker straight to heck indeed. Um PG-13 family friendly. We'll make a carpenter out of you yet. If you make up your machine, you start looking at lead press so you can make some waterproof. Just I don't know what. It's just like such a I got a thing about like condescending phrases. When you have kids, I don't feel like reading all of her things. It's just tutorial stuff. When you have kids, you're gonna watch a lot of kids shows, especially if you have some kind of like ADHD, neurodiverse, or schizophrenia like I do. Because you slap that TV on, and I'm doing other things. We're gonna stop and watch. And what you learn very quickly is there's three kinds of kid shows, primarily. One, this is absolute nonsense. I have no idea what's happening, and I love it. 2, this is surprisingly well developed. I'm now healing my inner child, and I'm gonna go cry for a while. And 3, this show talks to my children like they perpetually are shoving crayons up their nose and don't understand how to breathe. Like the amount of condensation in them. And for some reason, your kids are either going to love and hate it. Like they're going to pick up on the fact that the show is treating them like they're idiots and they're going to hate it, or they're going to love it because they don't realize that it's treating them like they're idiots. And it's just got a character talking at a camera very overcharged energetically, and they fall for that crap like it is nothing. Um, but yeah, I guess kind of a fourth show, which is just like my personal vendetta against Peppa Pig, which is where it's not condescension, but Peppa Pig is like, this show exists to teach your children how to be awful and make your kids into terrible people. That is Peppa Pig. I have strong opinions on Peppa Pig. Watch Bluey. If you're gonna watch Peppa Pig, just don't do yourself a favor. Go and watch Bluey. You'll be much happier and more fulfilled. If you don't have children, I would say it might be worth watching Bluey. It's certainly, I'm not going to be the one to like say the greatest show ever made and that I think it should be like mandatory viewing because I understand there's going to be some people who maybe it's not quite for them. But never have I seen a show that both heals my inner child, makes me feel seen as a parent, and even though I said both, and this is technically a third thing, and I think both's only for 2, um, is genuinely enjoyable to watch. And this might just be because I have kids who happen to be at like prime blueberry age. Oh, okay, that's how you sell things. What did I just say? Prime bluey age is what I was. Did I say blueberry? I might have just said blueberry. Prime bluey age. Because my kids are fairly close to. I feel like that age, especially. Um, where it's like, wow, this is like a great guide on how to be a better parent. I should try to do these things because it gives you some great ideas. But also, like, my kids have watched Bluey and then been able to mimic what they saw on Bluey to help themselves grow. And it's great. They have occasionally, if you've seen Bluey, taken off Moore's muffin, and by occasionally I mean a lot more. I kind of have a couple of muffins, and I love them for that. Because I was a muffin as a child. And if you've not watched Bluey, you're probably very confused. But muffin children are underappreciated. I'm rambling now. I don't know why. It's 'cause it's late, and I'm sleep deprived, and we're still streaming for another 2 hours. So who knows what we're going to get by the end of this stream. I still just can't shake the absolute overwhelming love I got from all of you on that one. I need basic tools. I think we can do that. Is this a workbench thing? Okay, it is. We do have an axe, so we're going to craft that. Oh, I ran out of sticks. Dang it. Do I have to craft wooden ones? I have to craft wooden ones before it will let me craft the stone ones. I want to just kind of jump up the stone. So we'll craft the wooden ones first. I believe we gotta go here to make sticks. Is it here? That makes planks. Okay. Do planks make sticks? Okay, this is clever. Planks make sticks. I'm assuming that there's going to be some kind of automation in this. But let's make like 20 planks. Oh yeah. If there's not automation in this is going to get boring real quick. But I do appreciate like the actual thought that goes into like a little mini game to do something. This is kind of clever. What do you think, Finley? You think it's kind of clever? Y'all can admire my kid's open backpack there too, on the couch for a second. I'm gonna try to get a setup here. If any of you have watched, I don't know if he streams anymore. Um, Cuddly Cat Dad. Um, their cats were always visible on stream, and I thought that was fun. So I might try to get something like that set up. But for right now, she's just right here for moral support off camera. It's Cuddly Cat Mom now. Oh, good. She, her pronouns? It had been a long time. And I really, really appreciate the heads up. I believe so. Well, that's good for them. Good for her. I don't want to make assumptions. I can look into that later. Um, but yeah. If it wasn't obvious, this is an inclusive space. Everyone's welcome here, and I love all of you for it. What was I doing? I was making tools. There's bird sounds in the game. Hang on, I made more. Oh, I remember. I just realized what I did. I made a bunch of planks, but I didn't actually make sticks. Okay, aha. Let's go. Let's do 10. We'll do 10 to 6 for now. How many do I get per thing? I get 2. So 26. Yeah, that's enough for now. Mostly just because this is a little bit tiny. Oh, she just got back to streaming. I will have to go give her a look. Sorry, when like my brain doesn't know 100% what pronoun someone uses, I've gotten to the point that I default to they them. But yeah, I need to double check because any misgendering is not intentional. Cuddly Cat Mom was a phenomenal streamer when I was streaming back in the day, and I really hope that Cuddly Cat Mom streams are doing wonderful. I'm sure they're just as good as they always were. And hopefully we get a chance to raid them at some point. Whew. Let's see. No, I don't want to break one that has a bunch of stuff in it. What are you doing, cat? No, she's eating her paw in that way that cats do. You can go experiment over here now. I got the hammer. Yep. So I was right earlier. You need the hammer to break open the chests. Okay. Let's claim the stone. And we are going to wood walls and wood flooring. Can I build those right away? Because if I can build those right away, that's going to save me from having to build the other tools. I don't know where I would build them from, though. Okay, here we are. Oh, they aren't. Yeah, they aren't bad at all to build. How many do I need? 16, 16. Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all. We're playing that game of what buttons do I need? So we need 16, which should be 4 times 4. Does it instantly. instantly get that quest done, grab ourselves a stone hammer or stone tool. We're going to drop all these in here. I'm going to try to sell them. I don't know if I can sell tools, but if not, we're going to want to probably create a junk tool thing. Anyway, I need more sticks. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's go see if I can sell these first. I feel like you would be the one to sell them to. Oh, you won't give me anything for them, but you'll take them? How many coins do I have? 10 rubies. This game is making me realize I don't appreciate puns as much as I thought I did. That's what I was doing. Had the brain die. I really hope this isn't a copyrighted song. I'm assuming it's not, because if you're doing that with an indie game, what are you doing? The song is a delightful little gem. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. Okay. Woo. Got 6. And now we can craft the pickaxe, shovel, have a hammer. Can't craft an axe because I didn't make enough sticks. You need a lot of sticks for this game. We'll just do 3 for now. Get that to a nice, solid number. Okay. Craft an axe. There we go. Do I have like sawdust down here, I believe? I do. So you can go sawdust. We're going to do that. And what's a shovel for? Used to dig saplings. Okay. I was curious if it could be used to like move land around. No. I don't know if we can do that in game. I think that would be cool. I always like to be able to do a little bit of landscaping. And I believe this is an auto-generated area. But yeah. Let's go ahead and actually build a little house here. Or start to. Okay, don't click, just gotta do that. How are we gonna go? We're gonna go with small. It's gonna be a small little starter house. A little bit of a garden. And a 1-door, 1-block entrance. And now we just need to finish clearing some trees. And we will, I don't know why I'm placing walls first. Apparently we are placing walls first. I don't know if there's any purpose to like having a house or not in this game. I don't know if I wanted to cut that tree, but I did. We'll figure that out later. I can always plant more trees in here. So we destroy the local environment. Okay. Oh, I'm still just... Oh. I'm still in shock from all the gifted emotes, guys. Or not emotes, subs, I can't even think correctly. Y'all truly fried me on that one. I think we're gonna do a little throughway. Ew, I just realized something that I did that I don't like, which I will fix. Scroll. It's used to break walls. Yes. Do I want... Does this give a full... It's just a one block path. Is that enough, or are we too close to the old woman? We will figure that out later. Okay, so we definitely need to put floors under walls. So that's good to know. That's good to know. Actually, I'm going to move you over. Put the big chest in the middle. Oh, I didn't want to destroy that part. Are they like very... Because these are very rigid. Are these items not? Like, can I just slap... They aren't. Oh, you did. How do we make the person who already has a hard time deciding where to put things go? You made my job harder. Okay. If there isn't any rhyme or reason to where these can be placed, we're going to stick him right here. And we're going to stick a couple little boxes in the corner if it lets me. Oh, okay, I can hold shift to snap to grid. We're going to do that instead. Because while I appreciate the freedom, I don't want to have to worry about that. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Yeah, I don't feel like stressing about doing everything perfectly right today. Craft. Had a bit of chills there randomly. I should do, I think, everything I need it to do. Probably not, actually, now that I'm doing math again. But do I want this fully enclosed? Or do I want to be able to walk through it? That is the question. And I do not know the answer. I think the answer is... Yeah. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do either there. I think the answer was, in fact, fully enclosed. Oh, apparently I did a double click there. Now we will never run out of these for the foreseeable future. Is that all of it? Okay, perfect. You get to be the chest for storing things I won't be using. I'm going to put a saw table there. And a little lantern in the center of... This is more function than form. I'm not quite sure how I want to decorate in this game yet. I'm not quite sure the full limitations of what this game can do for decorations. We will figure that out when we get to it. I'm going to put the candle there in the preview slot. It's the preview slot because you mouse over it, you can see what's in there. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I did still nonetheless appreciate it. Let's get a little organized in here. Just for funsies. Okay. You... I'm going to do the good old break first, figure out later. I'm going to put you there. Actually. What I was aiming for. If these are free floating, though. Okay. I do appreciate that I'm not completely just stuck to the grid. You get to be the organic box, so we're gonna go this green thing. What is this? Yeah, shrub sapling, waterproofing, leaves. Probably gonna get a bunch more acorns, so let's do most of them. Yeah. I feel like I should do. I think waterproofing isn't a plant material actually, so I will move that out of the way. And we'll try to keep this to be a little bit more just plant material exclusive. For now, at least. Where did I get a bunch more wooden walls from? I didn't think I built a bunch more wooden walls. Apparently I did. Okay. Anyway, how y'all doing out there? It's been a little bit since I've checked in with you. You cooking? What you cooking? Oh, I just realized I had 15 didn't notifications, so I hadn't even realized them. And I just got an ad break. Although I'm going to be entirely honest, if there is anyone in this chat who has ads right now, I'm going to genuinely be impressed with the amount of subs that has been showered upon me today. Oh, udon. Is it pronounced udon? Either way, I'm going to take a quick little break myself because it is the normal time I would take an ad break. I got to go top off my drink. Um, Yay! You're going to bed soon? Well, I hope you get wonderful sleep. I'm still going to be streaming for like 2 hours. I'm just taking a quick break to top off my water, um, and all that jazz. So I will be back soon. In the meantime, we'll just chill out here. Yar, have a good night. Glad to have you back. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you around a bit. I'll be right back. And I have returned. Hope I didn't miss anything too interesting. Okay. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm getting decorative. Not what I was trying to do. Boop. Okay. So how do I want to do this? I want you pushed back as close to this wall as I can get. It's not very close. Interesting. And I don't think there's any kind of rotation or anything. So I am then going to try a little different method. So it seems to have a set distance that it prefers things to be. This is not going to be the nicest game to design things in, I think. Yeah, we're going to go with... Oh. And I'm going to break the floor every single time I'm trying to rearrange chests, apparently. Is that fine? Is that fine enough? This game's like, what does Taylor like? He likes hyper-focusing on decorations. Yeah, we'll give him a hyper-focusing on decorations game. That won't backfire at all. Close enough. Close enough. If I don't say it's close enough, we're going to be here for 3 years. And then we're going to just kind of go with the good old boop. And boop. Yep, I can work with that. It's not perfect, but it's perfect enough. So let's get you. You're going to be my random crafting chest of things. I don't know what they are, but they're probably important. These can stay on me. You're my nature chest, which means you need to go in there. And you're crafting. I also have the sawdust. Hey Moth, I'm curious because you are a Twitch mod. Do you have access to the Battle Royale command? Because on both Twitch and Discord, you should have access to most of my commands. I think all of them, technically. You have a lot of power. But yeah, I was just curious because I was thinking about that and I'm like, I don't know if you do or not, because I would assume you would. Oh, I need sticks for that one, but not this one. I do. I'm gonna make some more sticks. Does it? I don't know if it has an E at the end. Whoa. I deleted myself there for a sec. I don't know exactly how Battle Royale is spelled. I don't know if I used an E last time. Hmm. I can look into giving you access to that command, because I'd like you to have access to it. But it's going to probably have to be, obviously after the stream. But let's turn these. And we have another much smaller Battle Royale. I've been forgetting to ask Moth. The revised Discord, has everything been working on it for you, and does it seem relatively easily navigatable? I won the second. Apparently, my Pokemon is just absolutely baller at these. So yeah, it looks like you don't have access to the command at the moment. I'll have to open up. Here's my problem, is I have a short enough attention span that, like, even though I'm actively streaming, it's like, do I crack open stream? Because it's just right there. How hard of a setting could it be? And then I'll spend like 15 minutes trying to figure it out. Anyway. So let's hope it's in a quick location, because I'm going to try to find it. I can't access it while it's running, it seems. We're going to check this just real quick. Commands. Oh, they don't have an easy button, I don't think. Bomb works for you, doesn't it? So it is supposed to be spent with the Battle Royale. Interesting. We're gonna get that launched back up, and then I'll hop back in here. So yeah, you should have access to it. Mods should have access to it. And it is spelled with the E at the end, but it does seem to work without it for me. So that doesn't seem to have been a problem. But now I'm just intrigued. I did hit resync, so once it pops back, error pop back up. We should try it again, but just 1 second first. Anyway, now we have bait. You can go ahead and try it again. So weird that doesn't work for you. I'll have to like look in. I'll have to do a deep dive later, because I'm assuming it just has to do within not recognizing, because I can see that you're a moderator. You have the little green thing, and I'm assuming you can probably click at the mod view and all that. Oh, I just realized, what dragon things do I still have access? Yeah. Random fact, dice fate. Yeah, that's stuff I was all thinking about. Okay. So weird. So weird. Now we're playing Dorsita. You do have bombs, though. Did my chat might have just desynced. Can you say something in the chat real quick? I think my chat might have broke. I'm just trying to see if it's working. Did you just say in the chat? I think we synced back up again. Just want to make sure. Yes. Okay. Whee! The way the spider flies is my absolute favorite. See, something about that command. It's set to moderator. I don't know if it's any moderator commands. Like, I don't know if I have to, like, resync lists or something. Oh, I can paint it. I need a brush. What do I need to make a brush? I'm assuming it's under tools? No. Interesting. Here's the problem is now I'm very intrigued by this because we've put a conundrum that I can't figure out here. I'm taking a look at something again. Okay. Bum, 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 da, dum, bum. Okay. Is your name a very sleepy moth in Twitch? Like, there's not like some kind of. It's like, yeah, never mind. Dumb question. I couldn't remember if Twitch had like a nickname system. Okay. Okay. You can throw in the exclamation mark S exclamation mark N commands to get them back, and then try Battle Royale again. You might have it now. I'm not a person, I'm the possums in a coat. I don't want to paint anything red. oh, I have this perfect chest for the paintbrushes, because I can go here and I can go, oh, it's the paintbrushes. And then we'll have paintbrushes. Like clockwork, I cannot do yet. I cannot do these, so we are on finding bees. Let's get to why you're really... We are... Hey, look at this! New record! 2.5 hours into the stream, and we're getting to the bees, which is the entire point of the game. That's like record on time for me getting into a game. Let's slap some of them bees in there to make bee babies. And grab some of those for ourselves. Wait, I was making a chest for the bees. I remember what I was doing. Oh, so like, exclamation mark S, exclamation mark N to get Nightbot and Streamlabs back respectfully. It's just a command, and then it's like they're like sorry, a separate command. Yeah, that's to get them to say something so they show up in the screen. Sorry if I was confusing with that. And then you can try Battle Royale as its own one. Yeah, there you go. Now you got access to it. There you go. I had to separately add your name in. So Stream Avatar's moderator list is its own separate thing. No, you're good. You're good. I just got curious. Curiosity has been sated. We figured it out now. So now I can focus on making doing the whole point of the game. Okay. This is gonna be... I wanna be the very best. No one ever was. Don't get yourself copyright striked, Taylor. You're not that good of a singer, but copyrights are brutal. And you don't have time to deal with that. I am killing it with the battle royales today. I think this is in fact rigged. We're just gonna keep running it until I lose, apparently. I didn't think I could rig it. I got a beehive. Okay. Slowly spread and grow. Later on, when you have an extractor, you'll be able to get flower seeds from your hives based on the flowers they've visited. Discover new hybrid flowers that can direct effects on nearby species and productivity. Okay. So now we need to think of a place to put our first beehive. And this beehive is going to be one that really likes flowers. And I'm half tempted to do the good old, are they really protecting their things? Like, can I just steal a wall? Yep, I can just steal their entire house. I'm not going to steal their entire house, but let it be known that I could if I wanted to. To be sure, I've given you too much power. Loading, loading, loading. It's not loading. I'm gonna need more than that. I'm gonna need at least that much. Okay.
Okay. Everyone but you, apparently, Moth. Looking promising. I will have you know. Um, I really wish I could change the fighter jet that flies by on this, or like the little thing. But I will have you know, because I upload all of my VODs to YouTube. Great time. Someone, exclamation mark YouTube, if you find the links to it. But I put all my VODs on YouTube. Um, 48 hours after I stream, sometime within there, they'll go live on there. And like I ain't doing numbers over there. I get like a couple views and clicks every once in a while. I do get a couple comments, especially on Discworld Mud, which is why we will be seeing more Discworld Mud vids, is because for whatever reason, Discworld Mud always brings in new viewers, always does fairly well on my YouTube. Like, not great, but well for my YouTube. But one of the only comments that I've gotten outside of like the general yay, congrats, you're doing great, keep it up. Because you get like those kind of things. You get like you get lots of spam comments. But there's one comment, and it is forever going to be ingrained in my brain just because it's hard to read the text with all the stupid little things on the bottom of the screen in regard to the Streamlabs thing. And there you go, Moth. Probability is perfect. It's just not rigged. But just, I love the fact that one of the only comments that I've had on my like YouTube, whoa, shady guy, is someone complaining about the Streamlabs thing. Oh, what? I do not have enough item. I don't have enough money for any of this. Well, thank you for your time, sister. Okay. I need. I'm really tempted just to put. It's not a great spot for the bees, but here, when I've placed it there, and we can kind of like grab some flowers. I don't know how much they explore. There we go. Okay. Anyway, I need a bunch of flowers for this quest. I need 5, 5, and 5. We got those ones. I need to put bees in it. We're gonna slap one of those and one of those in there. Actually, no. Let's slap 2 common bees. I believe we're gonna be able to find. I believe we can steal some bees from their beehive. Perfect. Let's see. You have a little bit better stats, so. Basically, you put 2 bees in there. It creates a queen bee. And then the queen bee is what determines hive's output. Oh, so they have a good spread. So I should really be looking for a better place for my house than this. Is what I'm hearing. Do I even have a good spot? The problem is, and this is what I find with a lot of these games, is there's a distinct like overlap between you want to be close enough to town, but like you can't be too close. We'll grab our flowers still here. Oh, hello. Oh, butterflies. There's butterflies. I love butterflies. What the was that? There was what is this? Rainbow banner. Oh, it's the pride banner. But they lost an opportunity to make that much more overtly the pride banner. Okay, we want some flowers. We like the flowers. Don't want to steal all the flowers of a certain type in an area, because then the bees have a harder time spreading them. I feel slightly like I'm gonna sell this one too. There's not a great deal of areas I could set up. Because, like, I'm pretty quickly running into quite a lot of dead ends, is what I'm noticing. Hmm. Is there, like, a lot of space out this way that I don't know of? Like, I'm getting some spots that'd be like, oh, I could set something up here. It just doesn't feel like a great lot of area, regardless of how you cut it. Interesting. Why do I have... Well, high feather. It's not very good at revealing the map. That's a whole section of the map that's just, not showing up. Which is a choice, I guess. Do I need to, like, have it in my inventory? Is that... No. Huh. It's just like, you don't need this map, do you? But, bye, I guess. I feel like I'm missing something. Can I go, like, a lot further down? I just feel like the map would be bigger than this. Maybe not. Interesting enough, I guess. Well, que sera, sera. Okay. Interesting, nonetheless. Let's put the flower away. guy's got a really small map, apparently. Huh. I don't know what to make of this. I'm gonna do a quick little Google, actually. Just 'cause it feels like this is broken, and I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna be a game-ending problem. APICO map. Missing. Bum, bum, bum. Someone's saying restarting the game might help. I think we are gonna try that real quick just to see if that is something that will fix it. Apparently the map will likes to break if you've been playing it for too long. So we can do that. That is something that we can do. Huh. I might need to like restart the. Oh, maybe B-Sync will do it. Oh, that's. We found out how to make it worse. Interesting. Hmm. Um. Let's try taking off full screen for a sec. Nope. I don't know. Can I just zoom? If I zoom out, and then that weirdly did give me more information, but not in the way that I needed. That's really gonna bother me. This game just seems. This is kind of the problem with like a little bit of early access games, is that we're bound to run into bugs. No pun intended with a game about beekeeping. But this is an interesting one. Do I have any mods? There's lots of mods. You can download mods in the game. That is nifty. Like the uranium bee. I don't know if I want to know what I want a uranium bee for, but it does certainly sound fancy. Okay, I'm gonna try to restart the game, see if that fixes the map issue. Just because it's right in along one of those niches that like I have a hard time ignoring, kind of getting on my nerves type deal. Because I want to be able to use my map to figure out like why the world seems so small and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and relaunch this. Just take a second. relaunching it now. And while that relaunches, we're going to fix a minor thing. Whoa. That is not what I was trying to do. Soy sauce made fish felt. No, not the soy sauce. It's like ultimate betrayal. Okay. We're going to see if this fixes it. If it does not, we might have to figure something else out. I technically think that counts. We're going to count that enough. It does mean that I feel like I'm trapped on an island with no way to get off of it. And realistically, only over here would be a really great place to build a bee spot. Maybe something up here. Maybe go for something up there. Are boats a thing in here? Jeff? Okay. Some mysterious guy has a name. I can click, I can highlight the boat, but I don't think I can get on the boat. Oh, it sounds like you're having quite a heck of a time there, Moth. I'm sorry. Soy sauce and then juice getting spilled. Well, we're just gonna assume the boats exist in this game and play it for about another hour. Okay. Oh, I got the plant book. Oh, these all have names. Interesting. Yeah. I feel that. Except I still have to be a good boy and do the dishes before I can go to bed. So it gonna be a moment for me. You too, yeah. Yeah, I figured you might when I said that. Okay, what do we get in here though? Cross pollination, cross mutation, honey rose, swarm of beekeeper's delight. Is that it? No, there's more. I don't know what more there could be. Okay, we're good. It really spreads the flowers, doesn't it? So we got honey, we got bees. Let's throw in a couple better bees. Kind of want to do this. I feel like we're going to get a lot of verge bees. Hey, if the food turned out good, the disaster getting there is worth it, right? Not calling you a disaster, just summing up what it sounds like might have happened with the food. I mean, I had Little Caesars for dinner tonight, so I can't talk about a good home cooked meal. And I only had that because one of my old coworkers, my father-in-law, sent me a gift card for Christmas, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this to buy me clothes because I'm an adult. And so money for Christmas usually goes to like food bills or clothes. If I'm being entirely honest, doesn't go to fun things. And so like I'm gonna spend on clothes. And I was talking to my coworker about it, who's a little bit better off than me and an amazing person, um, who I will not name because I don't have their permission. But this coworker is um, an elder trans, which is cool. I always love it when you get to meet the older trans. I know he doesn't mind me saying that because he identifies as old. But he's a very 10 out of 10 human, super great guy. And he's like, "You're spending your 25 bucks on clothes," and I'm like, "He's like, I'm buying you pizza because I know you'd rather have pizza." And he bought us pizza. He's a really nice guy. We all love him. Mm. So yeah, if you ever watch this stream, you know who you are, and if you ever give me permission to say your name, I will say it. But I don't like saying people's names without permission. Hmm. Not sure how I feel about the slight stab there. Everyone want to talk about creepy hood guy? You want to talk about creepy hood guy? I mean, he's just a guy in a hood. From a year ago, and it was shockingly good. Okay, we're gonna have my Little Caesars appreciation thing here. Now, here's the thing about Little Caesars: is Little Caesars pizzeria style, delicious, hand tossed, well balanced sauce, phenomenal cheese and topping balance? Is it that? No, it's not phenomenal pizzeria. What it is, however, is affordable, relatively affordable, and consistently about the same price. Its sauce is fine. It's mostly sugar and tomatoes. The cheese, decent coverage. The texture's good. Their crazy bread is surprisingly good. Like, the crazy bread, in my opinion, may be one of the best breadstick offerings of the pizza places. Others of which I have opinions of will not be named because of reasons and boycotts that I support. That Little Caesars is not involved with, so I will keep pumping up Little Caesars. There's other places that have decent breadsticks, but like the crazy bread is hard to beat, especially for not a cheese stick. Like for just a plain breadstick, the crazy bread is phenomenal. Technically it has Parmesan on it, but it's still not a cheese stick in my opinion. The Italian cheese bread is pretty good consistently. It's at least consistent. Sticks and slices, half pepperoni pizza, half Italian cheese bread. It is one of my go-tos. It costs less than their normal pizzas, and I would prefer to have it. I think it might be about the same as like the standard with the other fancy ones. Their pretzel crust pizza is also surprisingly really good. Their stuffed crust is decent. Like, yeah, it's not phenomenal, but you know what you're gonna get. It's affordable, as you said. The Taco Bell of pizza. I would kind of agree. But all of that aside, all of that aside, the people. I'm gesturing with my hand again. So we have the cat who's come here. If you're going to get pets and scritches, I'm gonna make you come on camera. Yeah. Anyway, um, no. But if we're talking, if we're gonna talk pizza places, like I I am hard pressed to find CEOs that I even consider like neutral, let alone good. But I don't know if he's passed away yet. The guy who was the CEO of Little Caesars for a long time seems kind of, I think they were Greek. He seemed like your genuine good immigrant guy. Like he came, he got established, he opened up a pizzeria that did really well, and then what did he do with that? He ran food trucks to help feed people, just pizza to like people in need. And the pizza's cheap. And like to say like keeping the pizza cheap itself is a really good sign. Like they don't have a lot of curb cutting there. They don't it's kind of just like it's cheap pizza. What do you want? It's cheap pizza. But then you find out things like they donate a fair bit to charity, which yeah, whatever, it's PR. But when the man heard that Rosa Parks was attacked and her like Rosa Parks, like not moving on a bus, Rosa Parks, civil rights icon Rosa Parks. When this man heard that, this fairly wealthy white Greek man who had no reason to have a shoe in the game. When he heard this, he paid to help her move and then paid her rent till the day that she died because it was Rosa Parks and he felt that she'd have a place to be. And I did not find one lick of PR or publicity about this. Like, sure, maybe it was a tax write off, but it speaks so heavily that this isn't something that genuinely doesn't seem like a PR stunt. Like that guy was just out there. Was he potentially doing everything he could with his money in the perfect way to be like non-problematic? Probably not. He's still a white guy. He's probably done something. Um, but like the bar is so low and he did better than an average person. Not even just for a CEO. I'm like, you know what? Little Caesars, for that reason alone, I will always be happy to enjoy your terrible, cheap, crummy pizza because it's actually not that terrible. I actually kind of genuinely enjoy it. It's, I will say, not my wife's favorite pizza, but she will also eat it. Um, my kids have weird pizza changes that change around, but I can tell you for a fact that Pip's favorite place is Little Caesars, or as Pip exclusively calls it, Pizza Pizza. Pip gets very excited when we get Pizza Pizza. And it's partially because of the crazy bread, it's partially because of the cheese sticks, it's mostly because of the crazy bread. That's like in the perfect wheelhouse of um, textures and foods that Pip likes. Pip is a very picky eater. Bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum. I also will say this because I've had someone bring this up to me before when talking about Pip, and I want to acknowledge this just real quick. Um, Pip is my kid, and I very, very much hate, nay, despise the exploitation of children for social media, and it is rampant. Family vloggers rampantly exploiting children for media. And I say this because most of these kids cannot consent to being on media. And I would argue that Pip is not old enough to fully consent to this, but Pip loves video games, loves content creation and streaming, and is fascinated by every part of it and really wants to be involved. So, having sat down and explained the risks to her and what's happening, and talked to my wife, this is why Pip gets to occasionally be on streams. Because she genuinely really wants to. And I would love, if she wants to, I want her to have the chance to do that and experience it in the safest environment I can provide. That's my reasoning behind this. I'm just saying this right now, but that's the reasoning behind allowing it and why it's there. And I wanted to acknowledge the family vlogger thing because I hate when people milk their kids for content. Especially because I'm going to say it as it is. 9 times out of 10, it's not even just that they're milking the kids for content, it's an abusive situation. So, yeah, we're going to call it as it is. My youngest, Philo, is still a little bit young, but um, I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this one. But hello, Jamarcus. It has been a while. I recognize your name vaguely, but it has been a while for me from streaming, so you're not immediately bringing up a whole lot of memories. But how are you doing? I don't have the best memory, so I'm sorry if I know you well or if you were a really big regular back when I was streaming a lot. Um, Again, it's been, I think we figured out it's like about 8 months since I last streamed, so not counting this last Sunday. It's okay. University's being university, but otherwise good. University. I'm gonna make an assumption right here because I'm not entirely familiar with your name. Back here, I'm playing Hollow Knight and getting over it. Oh! I absolutely remember you. I absolutely remember you. That was about the 8 months ago stream. Um, when I was trying to get back into streaming for the umpteenth time. Yeah, and both Getting Over It and Hollow Knight are games that we will be getting on stream. I don't think I ever actually got the Hollow Knight stream out because I ran into technical issues and then everything spun out of control. And that's what led us to the 8 month hiatus. Um, but yeah, I absolutely remember you from the Getting Over It stream. I might have actually played a little bit of Hollow Knight. No, actually, no, I think I did. I know I ran into technical issues with that one later. Um, yeah, well, good. Welcome back. Hello. Oh, I mean, university. We might have had this conversation when you were last here, but it has been a while. Canadian, English, Australian. I'm just curious. I don't normally hear Americans say university. Canadian. Yeah. So my family's English, so whenever I hear university, it's like one of those instant like, that's someone who's not American. Yeah, university and college. There kinda is in America. Like we have colleges and universities in America. We have both, but the terms are used interchangeably. And a high-end college and a low-end university, there's a lot of overlap there. Um, so yeah. Oh, you came in right as we were about to have an ad break. Apparently, the warning's not kicking off. I'm supposed to get a warning before an ad break goes off. Hmm. We're going to take a quick look at that while we wait for it. Time for you to clean your sauce bill. I'm sorry. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum bum bum. Where is the buttons to find out why I'm getting ads? Are you back? Hey, yeah, you jumped right in. Right as I just noticed the ad break was starting. Um, and it didn't give me the luxury. Normally it gives me a warning. I'm supposed to get like a 5-minute warning. It did not give me a 5-minute warning this time. It was just like, oh, ads are going now. Anyway, mm, no, and I don't know what part the ads kicked in, but I was just saying like we have colleges and universities in the United States, but the overlap between the two is huge to where they're kind of just indistinguishable. Um, like I grew up in Utah. I'm in Massachusetts now, but I grew up in Utah, and the college that I went to used to be it was like a trade school, and then it became like when my dad went there, it was a trade school. And so it was upper education, but only for like mechanics, electricians, blah 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 blah. Get your licensures, get your like journeyman's apprenticeships kind of stuff. And then they started doing some college classes and like business and teaching and whatnot. And then they became Utah Community College, UCC. And then or Utah Valley Community College, something like that. And then right before I graduated, they had gotten more classes structured and built up, and it became a university. So they're Utah Valley University, UVO, which is where I went for a while. I do not have a degree from them, but I went there for a while. It is where one of my wife's degrees is from, though. So it was an okay school, but yeah, it was a cheap, low end university. But some of the classes there were really good, even when it was before it was university, back when it was a college. Um, yeah. Fun fact: the only degree that I've ever actually had is from MATC, Mountainland Applied Technical College, where I got a pharmacy tech licensure, which did me absolutely nothing. I had a pharmacy tech license right out of high school. I was going to be a pharmacy tech. That was everything that I was going to do. And there were no jobs. So I didn't become a pharm tech. Eventually, my license lapsed. I didn't renew it. I went to pharmacy school for a little bit because I was still going down that route. But then I switched out of that because of the American healthcare system, which is someone who's Canadian. Whatever horror stories you've heard, I can assure you they're true. Um, Not saying that Canada's healthcare system works great all the time. I'm just saying America's certainly doesn't. Anyway, that's a random tangent. I'm not trying to complain about it. Uh, but yeah, what part of Canada are you from, if you don't mind me asking? We have our own problems too, although I've been lucky with my experiences with healthcare, though. My thing is, like, when I talk to people from Canada and England, the often things that they'll bring up, Southern Ontario, like most, yeah, that's fair, um, is I'll hear a lot of things about, like, it can be hard to get coverage or there can be long wait times, which, yeah, fair and that's valid. It's always like to say, when it's like, if that's where you're from and you're criticizing your healthcare system, power to you. But when Americans are like, "Oh, but have you heard about Canadian healthcare systems wait times?" and I'm like, "Yeah, have you heard about American healthcare system wait times? Because we also have a bunch of wait times here. The difference is we have wait times and it costs you your life savings. Quality of care, debatable. I'd say they're probably comparable, to be entirely honest, from the stories I've heard. Like, a doctor in America is going to take as good care of you as a doctor in Canada, and vice versa, generally speaking. Um, from my experience, is what I've seen. But whenever Americans are like, the wait times, and I'm like, we have wait times too. It still costs wait times and it costs a ton. Anyway, we need to not get me thinking about the healthcare system. We'll be here all day. Oh. And I'm sure as a Canadian who's in American streams, you've probably heard a lot about the healthcare. The Premier of Ontario tried to push for privatization of healthcare to reduce wait times, and everyone went insane against him. Absolutely. Absolutely valid to have done so. And I mean, like, I'll make no secret of it. Anyone who's watched my streams knows that I'm very much pro public everything, like public health care, public transit, all that stuff. I make no secret of this. But yeah, whenever I hear about someone who's like, oh, we should privatize it so it works better, I'm like, where? Since when did privatizing anything help it work better? Like sometimes you'll see an immediate like pick up in productivity when like that initial competition kicks in. But the problem is competition isn't guaranteed to exist. So what happens is places will outprice each other and provide better services competitively for a short while, but the moment that that has then stabilized, it just leads to exponential growth in income to increase profit margins. Once they've like reached the because like an early company gets its profit growth from we're going economics here. It's late. A company gets its economic growth in the beginning with subscribers, new patients, etc. The bulk of their increase in profit comes from growth of business model. But eventually they're going to reach terminal capacity in terms of people that they can reach with their business model. And once they've kind of gotten their product to everyone who can get it, the only way for them to continue to increase profit margins, which they have to in the private industry, because it requires exponential growth to survive, the only way for them to maintain it at that point is to start cutting running costs, layoffs, raising prices, etc. Because once they've expanded and basically are getting everyone that they get, then they got to cut elsewhere. This is what's happened with streaming. Streaming is like the perfect example of why privatization can kind of suck. Because like the moment Netflix because like Netflix at the beginning, you had tons of shows, lots of original series, all of this stuff going on. And like Netflix was the, yeah, share your passwords. It's cool. We want you to share your passwords because it led to growth. And then the moment everyone kind of had a streaming service, this is when you started to see prices going up, Netflix cracking down on passwords, original series being canceled left and right, shows being dropped even though they were relatively popular because they don't want to pay royalty fees, layoffs from strikes, less original content, all of that stuff. Because again, they've reached their subscriber base. They're not going to get much more growth from subscribers, but they need the profits to increase exponentially. So they got to go elsewhere. They're going to start adding ads back in. They're going to raise prices. That's why you're seeing it. People get mad at me for pointing it out, and they're like, "You're just anti-capitalist." And I'm like, I'm not. Regardless of my opinions on capitalism, this is just me explaining how the system works. Like you can be for or against it because you do have that golden bubble zone oftentimes. But once you've reached that bubble zone, that's what they tend to do. They have to find a way to keep making profits go up. The worst thing about my soy sauce is that the dark soy sauce, so it's thick and dark. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna clean up easy. Do I need? That's a rain tank? Oh, it's a trash can. I don't need a trash can because I kind of have a trash can, but I kind of want a trash can. And I have plenty of wood, so I'm gonna make a trash can. Anyway, y'all, sorry for the capitalism rant. It's late. I'm sleepy. And so we ranted. That's to say, it's why I don't like the idea of private health care, especially like mandated private health care and healthcare insurance, because it's gonna run into the same problem. Anyway, I'm gonna saw some wood. Anyway, besides all that, how are you doing, Jamarcus? Didn't mean to hit you with that right out of the gate. Oh, hope I didn't scare you off. If I did, understandable. We're gonna put the trash can's big. We'll put it here. Still here. LOL. I when it gets late, I get rambly and my opinions become a good tired. I feel ya. You're in Ontario, so is that Eastern time or is that I forget where Ontario is. Ontario's the one that's by New York, or am I thinking of Montreal? Eastern time, yeah. Montreal's are either of those by New York? Am I thinking of another place? My internal map of Canada is that I'm not that far from it, but I'm also kind of far from it. And like I can tell you where provinces are, like Alberta, Quebec, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador. Um I can tell provinces, but cities like yeah, okay, yeah, so it is the one that I'm thinking of. I am I gotta go check it now. What's the one that I'm closest to? Canada. This is not a great use of my time, but we're here. It's Quebec's the one that I'm kind of close to. Quebec's closer to Maine. Okay. Montreal is the one that I was thinking of. Yeah. Montreal I think is the closest big Canadian city to me. Which I can't remember if Montreal's in Quebec or not. I know it's close. I forget like how far south Quebec goes. I can't remember if we border Quebec or not. I was just had a map open, but I didn't glance at that. It is, yeah. Isn't Quebec City the capital of Quebec though? I remember having this conversation with someone. This is entirely random, but I had a conversation with someone. We are talking about like Montreal and Quebec City. Yeah, it's the only capital that I know in terms of like provincial capital of Canada. I do have all 50 states though, which is surprisingly impressive for Americans to know all 50 states capitals. It takes me a bit on a couple of them, but most of us learn them in junior high, high school, and then you don't use it again for the rest of your life. Because you probably get this a little bit with Canada. Like, I have a lot of family in Europe, and I have to explain to them that, like, America and Canada are not, in America and Canada, states and provinces are the size of whole European countries and can often act like their own little country as opposed to Europe. Like, comparing America or Canada to Europe is a little bit, almost a little bit more comparable to like compare America or Canada to the EU rather than a single European country at times. Not quite because they do have a lot of history and density, but like the scale of things, I feel like often gets lost on my European. at least English family and friends. You guys don't have the biggest cities of the capitals. Yeah, that's it's a land spread thing. Um, yes, that's a land spread thing with America. It's one of the only places in the world where it's happened, but it has to do with the fact that we a lot of states put their capitals in more central or apolitical areas, and thus the cities that were crucial to trade are no longer the cities that were the capital because they wanted to like balance out um balance out the state basically, because a state was very big. We're like, okay, we want to make this whole territory one state. Where are we putting the capital? Well, we might have a couple big cities within that state. So, in order to keep those cities from hating each other and everyone to get along, let's make the capital a neutral party and stick it somewhere in the middle. And that happened several times. So you do get some places like Boston, Massachusetts. Boston's the capital. Boston is the biggest city. Because there wasn't really a second big competitive city. Versus, or like I grew up in Utah, Salt Lake City, biggest city. There wasn't really a big competitive city. Salt Lake ended up as the capital, although it wasn't always. It did move around a little bit. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Or like, Albany is the capital of New York. And I don't know exactly the reason why, but I do know for a while New York City, Buffalo, New York, you had a couple bigger cities, so Albany was, I believe, a little bit more central, is why they picked it. And that was just kind of how they did things. It's, I guess, the difference is with a lot of European countries and a lot of I think Canada. I don't know how Canada is. It sounds like they might be a little bit more like this. With European countries, the cities existed before the country. With most American cities, the country existed first, with a few interspread cities. So it kind of it when capitals and stuff were planned in America, there was kind of a little bit of foresight to be like, where's the most balanced place to put a capital, regardless of population density. Versus in England, like London was kind of the capital because everyone already kind of lived there. So you're going to make it the capital. I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of speculation going off of like brief, I'm a historian, it's like brief historical vibes. Because like every state and country is different, and there's going to be a multiplicity of reasons that are both definitely right and probably not, and all in between. So that's at least what I've seemingly noticed. Going on rambles. I was going to build a beehive in the water for the bees that like the water. What do I need to build a beehive? There's a rain tank for collecting water, and a barrel for storing water, and a bench which we have. Oh, you can sleep on a bench. That would be good to know. I might actually place it then. They do this like weird positioning with things where I'm never quite sure. So I click on it. It does make time pass quicker. Like I like how it's like you can sleep on the bench and then your character just sits there, kicking their little feet, definitely not sleeping as time begins to pass faster. Mm. And now he's asleep. There we go. He does take a nap. Unfortunately, naps like I do most days. Sitting someplace where I'm probably not supposed to be because I should really be sleeping in my bed. Hmm. Do I want? I don't necessarily want to worry about that yet. Infusers with resin, making them stronger. I don't know if I want that yet. Magazine rack, bookshelf. I don't have any mods, so I'm not going to be building that. Wooden canister and tree tap. Resin from trees. That is something to consider, but here's what I'm really looking for. I don't have enough for basic apiary. Oh, interesting. Okay. We got lots of things here. I'm not clicking on them just because I want to make sure that I don't forget that they exist. I'm going to try, probably unsuccessfully. Yeah, there's no way. Ah, this work. Okay, 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 we gotta think. Natural hive. We're gonna move this guy here. How are we doing stat-wise? That's fine. We need to go get a different natural hive too, because I want to put it over here. And then we're gonna get some blue flowers. Blue flowers, red thorns. Anyway. Okay. So, well, I'm gonna head out, but good to rest stream. Yeah, thank you for swinging by. Sorry if I'm not as chatty as I used to be. I mean, I know I kind of just rambled that whole time. It's just a little sleepy. Just it seems like you very well understand. Anyway, you have yourself a good night's rest, and well, hopefully I'll see you around again. No pressure. Either way is fine. But I really do appreciate you swinging by. You got class tomorrow. Well, good luck with class. Night, Jamarcus. Okay. We definitely got 6 Bs, so let's see if we can figure out the best 6. Anyone that has a 5, pretty much immediately in. 4, 3, 5. So both those are really good. Are those the same? Yes, what about you? You have 4, 3, 5. You don't have... You do have a little bit leaning there. What about you? Yeah. Can I sell bees? Is that a thing? I can, but it doesn't give me anything. Do I have the stuff to make the... Did I accidentally sell those to him? I didn't. Okay. Apparently you can use them like storage devices. Dangerously, I'm assuming. Mm. I need to go plant flowers there before I forget. Poor bees are like, what are we pollinating? You're just sending us out here with no flowers? I'm sorry. Let me fix that. There you go. There we go. bees and dragonflies and all the things. Okay. Bee stuff. That's a bee box. Definitely want that. Used to keep a limited amount of a single bee species. Requires a lot of honeycomb though. Okay. You. It's got like a little tick downer. That's nice. Are these all just fours across the board? Okay. Did I complete that quest? No, I didn't, because it requires 10 and 10. That's going to be a bit for us to get. What time is it? I got about 30 minutes. I'm going to be entirely honest. I'm a lot more wiped than I thought I was. This game has kind of reached the point of just sitting here waiting for bees and stuff. It's a really cool game. There's a lot of content to it. I might come back to this in the future. If I do, it will probably be as a clean save. When they've maybe done a little bit more bug fixing, because this is still annoying the heck out of me. Um, but it's kind of a smaller indie game, and it sounds like they're wrapping up development, and it's just not quite polished. I don't know. It's really cute. It's a really good game. I'd say it's definitely worth playing. I definitely see myself sinking some time into it. But I don't know if I'll come back to it for streaming, unless it's like really popular or um something like that. What I might do if I do come back to this, because I love beekeeping games, and that's super cool, is I might come back to this with a, like, if I can find a really good map, like a really good map seed or something like that, because it's auto-generated. I don't know if there's a way to do your own seeds. Or who knows? Maybe we'll come back to this one. Only time will tell. But yeah, I am gonna wrap up here tonight. It is a little early, but I'm wiped. Um. Anyway, and I'll probably talk more about like my plans with this one in the Discord when it comes to it. Um, I'm going to see if there's anyone worth doing a raid, because I got 4 viewers. So I'd love to do a raid. Um, but we're gonna have to see. Oh, let's get this guy fixed real quick. Okay. Let's see if anyone I know is streaming. You got any stream recs? Raid recommendations is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Well, we're gonna click raid, and we're gonna see what channels recommend. Hmm. No one currently streaming that I know of that has similar view counts to me. It's the hard thing about streaming late is I often kind of feel like I'm the um end of the line. I often kind of feel like I'm the we're gonna have double vision. We don't want that. Um, end of the line. No, let me pause it. Or muted at the very least. No, let me pause it. I'm not trying to watch myself game. Okay. Or muted at the very. Okay, that should stop that. Big old hydrate there for you, Moth. Thank you so much. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Everyone I know is off the line. And everyone it recommends has like 1,000 active viewers, which good for them. Super cool. Glad that you're doing well. I'm not about to go ahead and raid a channel with 1,000 viewers with my 4. That feels a bit. Oh, I got 5 viewers apparently. That feels a bit excessive. Um, Pokemaster Link is streaming. Who is often someone I end up raiding, but he's streaming Call of Duty Warzone. Hmm. Which is a very different vibe to APICO. A cozy stream. As an ace person who hasn't been on Twitch for quite a while, there's a lot. There's a lot coming across my like recommended page here. That's like, I'm not quite sure what Twitch's terms of services are, but I feel like this is pushing something. Yeah, none of these work. I don't know. How do you feel about Call of Duty Warzone, Moth? I think we might as well just go ahead and give him a raid. Anyway, just to go share some love. No, I don't want to crash. And the problem is I got lurkers. And I just give him a shout out. I'm not gonna go straight into a raid just because I don't want to drop someone who's like sleeping and kind of cozy and comfy, lurking in their corner and like crash them into Call of Duty Warzone stream. Um it's a little bit of a vibe difference. So I'm gonna give him a shout out. If you feel like anyone who's watching or lurking uh feels like going over there, absolutely do. They're a good streamer that I have um absolutely enjoyed in the past. I really like their Genshin streams, and it sounds like he might stream Genshin, but he just went live, and he's gonna be playing Warzone for a little bit, and that's why I don't want to crash land everyone into it. So if you're still up later, definitely give him a look because he'll be playing some Genshin then. Um, and if you aren't, go give him a little bit of a follow because his Genshin streams are usually pretty solid, and I really enjoy them. Um, but yeah, just for the sake of any lurkers there, I'm not gonna go crash you into a Call of Duty stream. Anyway, in the meantime, I just wanted to say I'm gonna be wrapping up here. I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining. If any of you are still here from the Tifa and Noctis raid, I can't begin to express how appreciative of that I am. But yeah, I love all of you. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you have all of the good fortune. And we will be seeing you tomorrow for another stream, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Stanley Parable Deluxe. Come if you can. I'm personally looking forward to it myself because I have not played this one, and the Stanley Parable stream on Sunday was a delight. In the meantime, yeah, love all of you. Goodbye.